The 70s are back, and they should go back, yeah. Chips has returned to theaters, and not necessarily a good thing, as I mentioned. Michael Pena stars as Paunch. Dax Shepard stars as Jon. Dax Shepard also director and writer, which put that on a movie, and I don't think it's going to be Oscar caliber-ish, unfortunately. Maybe soon, maybe later. Not now, sorry. We start with the characters we all know and love from the TV show. And when it comes down to it, I really wanted to kind of like this film. I wanted to feel kind of 21 Jump Street-ish, which if you saw it, you liked it, it was fun, it was, you know, it called back to the old, it called back to the new. You had some new people kind of, you know, running the game on it. And that's where they gave it a second, you know, 22 Jump Street, I think. So that's great. The problem is that this is not that. This falls into a different category. This falls into a darker, dismal category. This falls into the Dukes of Hazzard category, which unfortunately is not a good category to be in. As much as I wanted it to be fun and just you know, driving around and, you know, personalities kind of conflicted here or there, when you realize what the show is and what it converts to as a film, you're not as happy with it. Paunch, of course, stars as a federal investigator. He's kind of going a little undercover, trying to find corruption and what's happening. And of course, he's led not only by his own personality, but his libido. And if you remember, you know, Eric Estrada, glasses coming down, give me your number or get a ticket, I guess. I don't remember the show as well. But let's just assume that's what he did with his power because he was corrupt. No, I'm kidding, he's not. When it comes down to it though, I did enjoy Michael Pena. His personality was great. There was a couple, you know, character traits I wasn't exactly a fan of, but overall fun. On the other side, you have Dax Shepard, who plays Jon, and when he is out, he is a X-game, you know, motorcycle rider, performer who wants to kind of get back to that life, but he can't. He's not there anymore, and he is more of a kind of by the books, but both their personalities are kind of going conflicting back and forth constantly, and that's really what this movie is about more than anything. If you're looking for a story, you might have to go down a couple exits on the highway because this is not where we're going to find it. The bad guy in this we kind of see is Vincent D'Onofrio. We don't know who exactly is, you know, bad guy, who is evil, who is the corruption, but we do know we have a couple different fun options as you go through. And then Kristen Bell plays Dax Shepard's wife in real life as well. So that's not too far off, though her character is like some of her other more vapid-ish characters, I guess. I don't know. Forgetting Sarah Marshall was mentioned, things like that. Overall, this film is not going to be something where you're going to be like, oh my God, this is a great story, I can't wait for number 2. I think you're going to look at it and say, I can't wait for this to be over. I really wanted to like this film, but as I said, the Dukes of Hazzard category, which should be a category, a blacklist category, is not something you guys want to jump into altogether. The story follows them, of course, coming together. They're trying to figure out the corruption. They're both trying to get their skills working together, you know, their police skills, as well as being professional, as well as being motorcycle cops, you know, learn how to ride, learn how to drive around the streets. So my first thought was I wanted the fun interaction between the two. I wanted a little campiness versus vulgarness. And unfortunately, it fell more towards vulgar, with a lot of the talk being about different sex and time sex and other things that were going on. If you watch the film, you'll understand, and I'm already sorry for you for watching it. One thing that I did want to mention though is I did think that the explosions, the action, things like that, like they destroyed some stuff to make this happen. This is one of the things that Dax Shepard did well, I guess, but the problem is explosions and stunts and stuff like that does not a movie make. So just so you know, this film is one of those things you can watch once and be happy you watched it, and then look for it in your Walmart bargain bin DVD right afterwards, because that's as close as it's gonna get. I feel really bad about that because I do love Michael Pena. I do like Dax Shepard. Both of them are great actors. Kristen was just kind of in there for her husband's film, of course. Vincent D'Onofrio, if you saw Daredevil, you know he can deliver, as well as Magnificent Seven. Michael Pena, we did find out, of course, recently that he is going to be in Ant-Man 2, so that's something to look forward to see him in. But besides that, this is one of those films that if you're looking to relive the 70s, you're not really going to get there. If you're looking to start a new franchise off, you're not really going to get there. Overall, this is an engine that started, it sputtered, and it stopped. I'm not going to watch this movie again, and I don't really recommend you should watch it for the first time either. But if you are a fan and you want to kind of relive a little bit of the Chips franchise, you're a big fan of the TV show, you might have some fun with it. Like I said, though, it is going to be a little dirtier than you expect, of course, because it was TV. So, Eric Estrada, we miss you. And John as well. I don't know where you are. I think I saw you in a 30 Rock episode. All right, so, if you're a big fan, I'm sure you're hoping that there was a Universal Chips ride at one point where you could, ride along with Paunch and Jon, but that is not an option anymore, and this franchise is not going to relive it. They're not going to make a Chips World at Disneyland. They're not going to make it at Universal Studios, so just kind of let that go. As for this film itself, we need to actually get on our bikes or our cars, and we need to drive away from the theater on this one. I'm sorry, people, but this is a full 911 code. Do not watch this alert. See you next time. Safe driving.